First and foremost, I'd like to give all honors, praises, thanksgiving, greetings, glories to yaHaWaH, Bahasham, yaHaWaH, Bahasham, Rakarawa, Kakwadash, yaHaWaH. He is, he has been, he will be. yaHaWaH. He is existence itself. yaHaWaH. He exists. yaHaWaH. He is salvation. He is deliverance. He is help. He is support. yaHaWaH. He is liberty. He is victory. Forms of salvation. yaHaWaH. He saves only the true Hebrew Israelites of the true 12 tribe chart, so-called dark, black, browns, peoples of the world, so-called Africans, Americans, brought over on the West Atlantic slave trade, so-called Aboriginal, original, Native Americans, so-called Hispanic, Latinos, so-called of North South America and all over the world, but whose original homestead is Israel, Jerusalem. Rakal, Waka, Kodash, Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit. Double peace, honor, salutations to elders of Great Millstone Head, apostle, prophets of yaHaWaH and yaHaWaH through the Holy Spirit, who rule well past, present, and future because they're predestinated for liberty, victory, salvation from the beginning of time, hopeful elect head leaders of all of Yasharallah, the world, and the universe under Adonai yaHaWaH, whom the world literally calls Jesus, and Malak Dawad, King David, when they break through the clouds in a cloud, so-called UFOs, chariots of Israel, and establish peace through destruction. So and thus, double peace, honor, salutations for great rulership, 100% truth of the Old Testament, New Testament, Apocrypha, the Torah, in the Paleo-Hebrew, Koine, Greek supplemental languages, and starting with the King James Version, adding supplemental versions of the Bible in different languages to show ourselves studied and approved and be good Bereans like we are pushed to be at Great Millstone. Members, affiliates, and followers like myself. I am a follower. So and thus, Shalom to the Akuman and the highways and byways, internet information, super highway pushing this truth and sincerity of the four corners of the earth. Brother Sharoth one more time until the fiery indignation of yaHaWaH hits Babylon the Great Mystery. Babylon, the bitch whore slut that sits on a beast system, EU, NATO, or any so-called white European Caucasian nationalities and peoples, governments. So the end is coming with an explosion of ICBM missiles brought to you by Gog from the land of Gog, Russia from the land of Russia, but not before the implementation of the temptation of the whole world. As you see on your screen, if you can, RFID chip, Neuralink is the mark of the beast. Take any high technology, insert it anywhere in your body, and you will be set on thermonuclear fire. In Babylon the Great Mystery, Babylon, the US of A. Any high technology inserted anywhere in your body, you will be set on motherfucking fire. yaHaWaH, whom the world literally calls God, will destroy more than half of his own Hebrew Israelite people. So that means the rest of you so-called red, white, European, Caucasian people, Esau, Edom, Gentile, pagan heathens, don't have a goddamn chance of surviving. Most of you will be unalived via fire, but you will all come back because reincarnation exists as servants and slaves. The rest of you two-third reprobate, nigger, black Hebrew Israelites will also be set on fire, and you'll come back through the loins of a man of 144 elect, 104 elect males, 104 elect male men in the millennial kingdom and onward forever in your right mind, but as second-class citizens and as children, because that's all you ever have been and all you ever will be. So and thus, RFID chip, Neuralink, Mark of the Beast, World War III. Revelations 13:6, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell food. So he had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Ezekiel 9:6, and for this video I'm going to just go through 2 or 3 different precepts and bring out the word for mark in that precept in its ancient form, whether Hebrew or Greek, go into the definition and then bring out the understanding of that word and how it is used. Slay utterly owned in young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark again in your heart, which is your soul, which is your spirit, your thinking process, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient men which were before the house. The word for mark in this verse is taw-vaw, as we saw yesterday. Taw-vaw, meaning a literal mark. Salakya, meaning a mark, metaphorical, metaphysical, and more likely in your head. Limit, to mark out, scratch, define, imprint. So it does and can go into a physical mark, but this physical mark is in your brain, as I said the other day. So when you think and you come up with new information technology and you retain it, it's an actual memory in your head, you get wrinkles in your brain. That's where the wrinkles come from. And those wrinkles are storage units for information electronically, metaphysically. And again, I studied, even though I count it all as done for yaHaWaH, I studied about 8 years in biology, and I for sure learned the brain a little bit. So this is one thing that I actually retained from that bullshit 8 years of high schooling, supposedly, that the brain makes wrinkles when new information is stored in it. So a person with a lot of wrinkles in their brains is smart, and a person who has a smooth brain like a fucking 8-ball is an asshole and a dumbass. So and thus, the taw-vaw is metaphysical. It is a literal mark, but it's inside your brain where no one can see it, and your brain is your spirit soul. So you really can't tell there is a mark in your brain, which is your spirit, unless you open your mouth and declare whatever it is you believe in. Philippians 3:14, I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of Allah in yaHaWaH Mashiach. Jumping down to 17, brethren, be followers together of me and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. Mark, skopéō, a different word from charagma. We'll go into skopéō, and it literally means to look at, to take aim and spy, regard, look at, to mark. But you're the one doing the marking as the person who is seeing someone else and marking them. So this mark means to actually look and observe. So that's how we, the hopefully elect on the right hand side, are going to be presented chase versions, because we are being observed and looked at by yaHaWaH, yaHaWaH, and the angels, principalities, so-called UFOs, and walking in the correct way, law, statutes, commandments to the best of one's ability, the milk, meat of Torah versus scripts, true understanding, so on and so forth. So we are being looked at by yaHaWaH, yaHaWaH, and the angels, skopéō, being marked by other true brethren, fellow followers, teachers, and or guides, but brethren, hopefully elect nonetheless. We are being looked at and followed as an example. And all the while, we are all being, on the right-hand side, marked, taw-vaw, in our soul, brain, spirit, thought, mind processes. So and thus, the mark on the right hand is slightly different, or a whole lot different, than the mark on the left hand. Genesis 4:15, and yaHaWaH said unto him, therefore whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And yaHaWaH set a mark on the left-hand side upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. And we know that the left hand is carnal as fuck and only believes what they hear, smell, see, touch, feel. And so in this, their mark will be more obvious and on the body, on the outside, like the carnal animals they are. So in this case, Cain was marked with leprosy. He went from a dark black nigger to a red, white, half-dead zombie. Everyone who looked skopéō'd Cain could see, literally, physically, that he was a white nigger and that he had been marked by the gods as a piece of shit. mark. In this case, it is yaHaWaH, which is the almost, I would say, the main word for mark in Hebrew, yaHaWaH, from atha. So yaHaWaH, which maybe could be a brother word to tâvâh. I forget. I think I did make that connection once, but still, the main word for mark in Hebrew is yaHaWaH. yaHaWaH, in the sense of appearing. Signs, token, ensigns, marking, in the sense of appearing, carnally, literally being looked at. Again, the mark on the right hand side, spiritual, in your brain, where your soul resides, and it cannot be looked at or viewed without hacking your fucking brain open, and then that'd be fucking irrelevant, useless, but cannot be viewed on the right hand side, the mark that we have in us, because it's a spiritual mark. But the mark on the left hand side can obviously be viewed at. You can obviously see Cain and see that he's a white motherfucker, not a black nigga like he used to be. And with the mark of the beast, you can obviously see people with a red dot in their right arm or in their forehead, or an incision or a cut or some sort of scar. Literally, you can see it. The mark on the right hand, you cannot see it, it's spiritual. The mark on the left hand, you can see it, it's carnal. Appearing, to see and to be seen. Coming from the word yaHaWaH, the same spelling. Consent, agree. So you take that Freddie Chip Link mark of the beast, and you're consenting and agreeing that Esau, Edom, so-called red, white, European, Caucasian, the devil the Bible speaks of, is your daddy. That you worship women. If you are a woman, you worship yourself. That you worship food, which is worshiping your stomach, and that you worship money, which is worshiping materialism and this world in general. You worship demonic entities, deities, philosophies, political ideologies, and you will be set on motherfucking fire with those entity deities, political ideologies, and philosophies in Babylon, the great mystery Babylon, America. America will be set on fire in every asshole in it. Lamentations 3:12, moving on. He hath bit his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. This is in general Israel crying out for the bullshit that they did to yaHaWaH. And speaking of yaHaWaH, marking them, the Hebrew Israelites, for an arrow of indignation, revenge, and the curses. But I'm going to take this verse and I'm going to apply it to right now and to Esau Edom. Still the Hebrew Israelites are crying, he, but the he here is Esau Edom, hath bent his bow, or Friday Chip Link mark of the beast, and set me as a mark for the arrow, or Friday Chip Link. So, in this case, Hebrew Israelites are yelling to yaHaWaH in that they are saying to yaHaWaH, help us. This Esau Edom right man piece of shit devil is trying to insert something all up in me, your bride. So, least we be ravished in the wilderness, America. Please help us, because he is going to mark us with his mark, which is a literal, physical, carnal thing. Mark, nâṭar. Nâṭar. To prison in prison, mark as a jail. Also to aim at and to be watched closely, which is what our Friday Chip mark of the beast is going to be, nâṭar. To keep, to reserve. RFID chip Neuralink inserted anywhere in your body, and you are choosing to be kept and guarded by Esau Edom, thus choosing to be kept and guarded by thermonuclear annihilation. And I'm running out of time, so until then, shalom, ba'al, the what above, shalom.